Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Live from Podville Media in Washington, D.C. and down here in Southwest Florida. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, countdown to New Orleans, and we're happy to be with you in great cities like Bonaire. I don't think that's a city. In the ABC Islands of the Caribbean.
It's the B in the ABC Islands.
The air? Oh, it is?
Yeah, I actually did the research. I'd never heard of the ABC Islands. I knew about the ABC store.
I didn't either. It's new to me.
Yeah.
Welcome, Maryland. That's a real town. Toledo City in the Philippines. Harlem, Georgia. Branford, Connecticut. I know where that is.
Sure.
Connecticut's a small state, and I was born there. And Trinidad and Tobago, the Mike O'Mara Show is on now. And before we get started here, just like to acknowledge just another individual taken too soon, a guy that we worked with at WJFK. And I think he left a little before we got booted out of there, but we worked with him for a time. And another young guy, about Robb's age, or maybe younger than you,
a little younger
Robb.
than me, and he
Cameron
actually
Gray, very
started
nice
at JFK 3 months before me, so we had a lot of time together there. Yeah,
has an infection, goes into the hospital, goes in, I think maybe to urgent care, comes out. They send him home, and he goes back in. They find out he's septic and has a complication in the hospital, heart attack as they're trying to work on him, and gone too soon again. Awful lot of that in the year 2023. And, you know, for all the people at our former employer and people who are now scattered to the wind, there are people all over that worked at WJFK that still remember Cameron. He was a big fan of the Don and Mike show. And, you know, he gave Oscar your
first talk show gig. Talk show gig.
And, Robb, you're the historian with Cameron. He was... for a time, he was the head poobah, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the operations manager. His first big score was assistant producer of the Liddy Show, but he had just left intern status when I got there, as I began as an intern. So a lot of stuff, we kind of grew up together there at WJFK. Good guy. I didn't speak to him frequently, but I'd say about once a year I'd get a call and we'd pick up right where we left off. He was a very funny, good-natured fellow.
Yeah, he had a great sense of humor.
And
I remember that.
loved to make him laugh and vice versa. And again,
had our wonderfully quirky, weird sense of humor. He shared that. A lot of people at that radio station did. And, you know, it's just such a drag when someone... You know, and with the way people hang in there nowadays,
I know.
You know, that's just a very young guy passing away. So it's really, really sad. And you probably know better than I his family situation. I know he leaves a wife,
Loretta, and a dog he loved very much.
Oh man,
super sad.
What a drag. So Cameron and to Cameron's friends and. Our old boss, CK, who was close with him, and a lot of people over in that building now who were close to him. Our deepest condolences to all of them. And, you know, it just sucks. Life goes on, but it really too young. And we wish their family the very, very best.
Here, amen.
So I'm Mr. Momming it this week with my son, who is on spring break. It seems like these kids get a break every 15 minutes.
Spring break.
He just had winter break. Now he's got spring break. But he's sick. So he's been hacking away. But he's at his computer, so he's not running around outside. And today, after the show is concluded, it's errand day. Hello, it's errand day. You will be coming with me on errand day.
Is there any particular errand today that you dread the most? Or is there any
I don't dread, but I mean the snake. Well, maybe I should start with the snake.
Okay.
I had mentioned that Mrs. O'Mara and I went to see a concert. I don't know how much I went into the detail of the fact that Mrs. O'Mara and I also, had a free night with Michael having a sleepover.
Sure.
And so we I don't want to say we behaved totally like we used to, but we had a little fun, a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, we drank badly, we ate badly, and when I say badly, it was fun doing it. But we were dragging our asses on Sunday.
This is what happens when you get out of practice, Mike. If I were to start drinking again, it would be horrible. Not just for my health.
Well, I mean,
but
for many reasons.
Yeah, but I mean,
you might die.
Well, there's that.
It's so silly to compare it to what I used to do.
It would be horrible.
I'm talking hours. I used to go hours all day, like Jimmy.
Yes,
like Jimmy still does.
Yeah,
you know. And so we were tired. I wasn't hungover, but I was really tired. And Carla, as you know, is a big napper. And Michael was in his bedroom on Sunday. After he got back from his sleepover playing a tournament, and Carla said the one term she uses for napping, and make no mistake,
what's that?
It's a nap. But she says, I'm going to rest my eyes. And I think
that's
she
like
got
an older person thing to say.
My dad used to say that.
It's a cop-out to say I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
It's because people
during
don't
daylight hours.
Yeah. I'm going to go rest my eyes. No, you're going to sleep.
It's a classy way of like, this is what's going to help me.
Yeah.
You're going to go lose consciousness and be non-functional to the whole family. I'm fine with that.
Take a nap sounds juvenile and lazy. Rest my eyes sounds classy and healthy.
Yeah, until you look through it, and then you realize
one of the best things I can do for Carla is if I am ever tired, and I am not a napper. Not good at it. I don't do it well. I rarely stay with it. If I go out for an hour, it's a miracle. But I'm tired on Sunday, and I know I'll be able to close my eyes and maybe get an hour and a half, and I needed it.
Did you nap in the recliner or in your bed?
No, I went into the marital bed where she was sleeping.
You've committed then when you actually go to the bed.
I put the mask on.
Oh my God!
I put my Tom Cruise.
He's like, I'm going for the long sleep.
Yeah,
I'm going for the long sleep.
A Maverick nap.
Not the
there's another
sleep.
thing we call the long
forever
sleep.
Yeah, I think people knew.
That's right. So I go, by the way, I'm getting ready for, can you see the T-shirt?
We're ready to rock. I love it.
I'm getting ready for the show. So I go in, and man, in no time, I go out. And I am awakened 35 minutes later with my son screaming,
"Oh, no.
Dad! Dad!" And I'm like, Jake is out of his enclosure. Jake got out. You left the top off the kitchen. And I'm like, what? Now, I don't know what's going on.
Did you say, I think this little guy needs a mouse tonight?
Yeah.
Let's get him a mouse.
No.
Here's some Robitussin.
He had a sleepover. I didn't go in my kid's bedroom. But at some point, I changed Jake's water.
Oh,
and I guess in my zeal to move on with my day, I did leave the top of his enclosure. And I have known this from my research when we first got the ball python.
Yes.
That snakes are, they're known as escape artists.
Oh.
They don't like to be where they are. And I go in. And I thought, because I'm still sleepy, I thought that he was pulling a fast one on me and doing it like a delayed April Fool's joke. He wasn't. He was tremendously upset. Snake's gone. Gone. I mean,
he's still gone?
Hold on. Don't read ahead.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
So, it's so funny the relationship you have with the snake, because we got to see you go and purchase the mouse.
Yeah, we saw it. You made us watch the killing.
And it was great because it's not just the hassle of buying one of the greatest things Mike says is, I would like to have one big fat mouse.
Also, remember when he made us watch it?
Yes. Oh, yes. I think of it.
I really did, didn't I?
Yeah, you're like, you have to watch the feeding.
It was sort of like,
God, what is the deal? Well, I've messed up my lighting. I've messed up.
I thought you just meant
right. Isn't there a giant shadow right
there
here?
There is, but I wasn't even the lights on the left, on the right. You're right. Look wonderful. By the way.
What I got is we got back from errands, and I was off to my bedroom because I knew what was about to happen.
It wasn't fun.
And I had to hold the mouse in the car.
Yeah.
And Mike was all, Rob, come here. And I'm like, I don't want to give this a mouse.
No.
Come come here.
And also,
come.
what you don't know is that Mike's was it terrarium?
It's a terrarium.
Terrarium?
Yeah.
It has a little Mayan, a little
temple,
like 1-to-1 scale Mayan temple, where he puts the mouse at the very top.
Yes.
And then the snake.
I needed you here for another 2 days.
Oh no!
That's
What
the
happened?
bottom line.
Oh,
No, I'm fine.
We'll
Is that
be there
better?
in
You look
20
much
minutes.
better.
Yeah.
Much better. Less shadow.
and more music.
Shadow Stevens.
Yes,
Is that a guy?
that is a guy, and also Shadow Smith.
Shadow
Oh, I know
Smith.
my problem is
Q107.
moving to the light. Carol Ann, moving to the light. Where was I?
So
I was
we were
the
talking
snake.
about. We were sort of
Yeah.
laying the scenario
That you're-
of the terrarium, and that you called me in like a stern father to make
Because you
to
leave-
make me watch him kill the
You
mouse.
He's going to make a man out of you.
Yeah,
yeah,
Rob,
yeah.
come here.
You
And
have
it
a-
was horrifying.
You have a 1-to-1 scale Aztec temple inside your.
Well, it's not 1-to-1 scale. That would mean it's the
I'm
actual
sorry.
size.
1/9. What's the die cast?
I think it's probably like 1-to-400.
Okay, 1-to-400 scale.
Because
I'm an idiot.
1-to-1
You have
would be
a-
an actual Mayan temple.
You
Yeah,
have
they're
a-
pretty big. Last time I checked.
You have a model. Not to scale.
It is a scale model, but a smaller
Not
one.
to scale. Right? Scale's 1-to-1.
No, scale would be 1-to-400. It is a scale model. It's an accurate
It's
representation.
a 1-to-400 Aztec temple that you put the mouse on top of. And when you lay the mouse at the top of the Aztec model temple,
Yes.
that's where the snake crawls up on.
Well, the thing
You did much
you
better.
did.
Thank you.
The thing that was the most horrifying experience is
Yes.
that I carried the mouse in the small.
Yeah, you were
It's almost like
you were the guillotine man.
Imagine, if
The
you
hatchet
will,
man.
the box you get biscuits in at
Yeah.
a Popeyes, but this has a mouse
Gross.
in it. And you drive back, and I'm talking to the mouse, trying to make Mike laugh because I know what's coming up.
You're giving the mouse battle, like sweep the leg,
Yeah, and
like
so,
Cobra Kai style. Hey, when you see Jake, do this.
so we get home, and I go to the room. Hopefully, I can dodge this.
Instructions, yes.
And then Mike, come here, come, Rob, and I go in, and he puts.
I
the
don't
mouse,
waste any time when I get home because they're fidgety little creatures and
they might get out.
Well, you just want to get it.
So
over
you
with.
drop the mouse. The mouse hates being in the box, by the way. So
Do
you
me-
drop the
you-
mouse in the terrarium, and the mouse thinks everything's great
Listen to me.
because he's free.
Can you please? There are people that are listening right now that don't want to hear the play-by-play. Don't get all excited
I think
and
there are
gross
people
about
that
this.
want to hear, but all I'm saying is the irony of the
Well,
last
he's
moments.
never been responsible for like the heat. I know right now with what he's saying is going to. Back in the radio days,
He's so
we'd
excited.
we would catch
Yeah.
holy hell for this.
Yeah, but he's so excited the mouse died the way he's telling the story.
no,
He
I'm
is.
not excited. I'm
He
just
pretends that he doesn't like
You're a
it.
sick
And he
person.
loves it more than anybody else because
Yeah.
he's got a dark soul that he hides from
I looked
everybody.
away.
Mike, the weirdest thing is that the last moments of that mouse's life were its happiest moments,
Oh, stop.
And
Stop.
See, this is why people turn on us.
and then it's done.
You're making me hate it more than I already am. But
But
it was
you
over.
did. We had to line up like what is it? A shooting? No, when people are going to get a
Firing squad?
like a firing squad.
Mike, we had to line up like a shooting gallery.
and then we had to line up like a firing squad. And then Mike, he paid tribute to Jake, and then that was that.
There's a door.
A trap door,
in
like
the
a magic
screen.
show.
There's a door in the screen.
yes.
The top screen enclosure, the cover of the enclosure, and you let the mouse down, and then the snake is
Yeah.
fed, and everything is fine. It's the circle of life.
Rob and
they,
I held hands. Michael
they
held my
breed
my
these
paw.
snakes. They breed these mice for the purpose of that, and that's what happens.
And he ate.
What's that?
And then he ate.
Well, yeah, and it's over. Would you not
He
agree that
strikes
it's
fast.
over very quickly?
It was eerily fast.
Well, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And so,
Big
as
hug.
a matter of fact, we have to get him another mouse today.
Thank
'Cause
God
he hasn't
Oscar
been fed
held me
since you guys
that
were here.
night.
Where did he go?
Ah,
Oh, that's right. So he's gone.
This is mid-afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock, I think. And I go.
Is the
and
lady of the
look in.
house still asleep?
Yeah, she's not burdened. This ain't her purview. She has nothing to do.
Even
and
with his
refuses
screaming?
to have. No, refuses to have. No,
Wow.
absolutely not.
Okay.
No, she doesn't have anything to do with the snake.
Okay.
So I'm off. And you will be happy to know that I immediately do this. I accept the fact that I'm not being pranked, that this is
Right.
real. I'm still trying to figure out where my head was at. But that's these senior moments that I have now where I forgot to put the cover on the enclosure, and I immediately realized, well, this is real. And then I say to myself, well, this is real, and also I'm going to assume that these creatures like to hide.
They do.
They like to go into a dark spot, curl up, and hang out. This is not a traveling machine. This is not a creature that's going to go for distance. He's going to go for sanctuary.
Yeah.
Now he's curious to get out of the enclosure, and now he's had a taste of it, and I noticed that he likes that again. Excuse
freedom?
me, that was lovely.
Who doesn't like freedom?
But
Did it ever strike your mind that in about 10 years that
Did it strike you mind?
Did it strike your mind that in about 10 years Michael and Carla will be making sure your enclosure is closed?
How dare you?
To keep him from
I
wandering.
told
dare
them
It's going to be 3 years.
I've been giving a lot of thought, especially yesterday.
Yes.
I played in the men's last of the season thing.
Yeah.
And everybody, multiple age groups. You see the absolute longest in the tooth and the youngest in the tooth.
Yeah.
I mean, guys all the way from their mid-20s all the way through their 80s. They were all there yesterday, so I thought I'll get to that in a second. But
Okay,
anyway,
sorry.
So I think, right next to the enclosure is his closet. It's got a toy chest. It's got stuff against the wall. There are lots of nooks and crannies
Sure.
in there. And I'm hoping against hope that he is not in the toy chest with all the Nerf guns in it. Because if he's in there, it's going to be
Hard
tough
to
get him
find.
out. And so
At least he's sort of a bright color. He'll be easy to
beautiful.
spot. Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. And so
Striking, really.
Striking. And I says, Gunga Gadunga.
The flowing robes.
And I say, hey, Lama, how about a little something for the effort, And he says, on your bed, on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
Which is nice.
Which is nice. I move some stuff out
Right.
of his closet. And look, we're not a big, as you know, we're not a teeny tiny house. We're not a big house. There, everything, space is challenging here. And
Yes.
he's got a lot of stuff in his little closet, but I immediately move like a little clothes hamper and a couple of toys that are on the floor, some sporting equipment. And I look, and in back of the toy chest, I see him.
Oh,
He's
that's
right there,
excellent.
curled up right there. And then I go to get him, and man, he is hanging out. This is when I first realized just how powerful these things are.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to come out. He's wedged in between the wall and the toy chest, and he's comfy in there, and he doesn't want anybody pulling him out. And I get him out, and he's rambunctious.
No
kidding.
Like he's had a taste of freedom.
Because he's so
and-
docile normally when we see him. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the audience hasn't seen him in a while. I'll bring him by this week. I'll let you see him maybe tomorrow and show you how he's grown a little bit. And he's back in his enclosure. And when I put him back in the enclosure, put the lid back on, get him his fresh water, and then I see his head is right up at the top, going right up. It's like, I want out again. He liked the freedom. He liked the freedom. And I looked down at him and I said, either way. No. I read an article about Jack Nicholson today. I read an article that says Jack is a recluse because he's got dementia, but I don't know whether that's true. Haven't they said Jack Nicholson's had dementia for 20 years?
Well, he
That
has
he's
looked
been- right?
disheveled for 20 years.
Yeah, I read
Yeah, he
that
always
when
looks
they
fat and disheveled and stuff.
That chili incident was
they
terrible.
called on him at his house, and they
still
found him
laugh at that.
curled in the closet in the corner, and he didn't want to
No,
come out.
I hope that's not true.
No, it's like
Seeing
the
Bruce Willis out now that you know
Yes.
that he doesn't know, it is that hits me right in the heart.
Yeah, but he looks great.
It doesn't matter.
I was going to say he's not
What do you mean
disheveled.
he looks great?
I mean,
he's
Bruce-
missing a tooth, dude.
Are you looking
Did
at
you
the
see
same
the
pictures
picture?
we
Do
are?
you read the same stuff I'm reading, or
Maybe
watch
not.
the
I
same
saw.
videos?
I was following his. I follow him on Instagram, and the pictures they posted, he looks good. Which is, I'm sorry that he is going
I
through.
think
all
we
the-
have a different purview of what looks good.
No, Rob's been through a lot, so
Yeah.
he has a different standard.
If someone's
Yes.
standing up,
By the way,
Discount me
that'll
as an
be,
idiot. That's
that'll
fine.
be what's that?
Discount me as an idiot. I saw
No,
pictures where he
no.
looked good.
I don't think I would not describe. Is he fit? perhaps yes, but
Yeah.
I mean, he obviously looks like, he's been through it, and the missing tooth from a Hollywood movie star is kind of a dead giveaway.
Well, I didn't see a missing tooth, but also this was
on his most recent birthday.
Well, this is his
posted
Instagram
that all
feed, so
online.
they probably did not put up a missing tooth picture on his own Instagram.
Well, they put it up everywhere. The picture that I saw of them saying "Happy Birthday."
Oh, okay.
But we
That
could
happy,
go on and on.
that
No, we
happy
mustn't.
birthday did not look like Die Hard 4 Bruce Willis.
No, I wouldn't think so.
But it is. Look, to me, I've had family members that have dealt with others that have had early onset of these conditions that you get, and it's one of the worst things that the families can go through.
Yes.
And it sucks. And I hope that the research that they make and the strides they're making with that are good. But getting back to the snake escape, I don't know. If I hadn't been hip to this, if I'd done this and we'd left for a few weeks, whether he would have, hidden in the same spot or he would have traveled.
Yeah.
They are a bit migratory, so I think he would have traveled. What are you doing now, Rob? Are you trying to find Bruce
I
Willis?
was going to try to see if I can find the tooth picture.
Don't
Yeah.
obsess on it. Don't obsess. There's no need.
Okay.
There's
He does not look
absolutely
like himself.
No, he needs to get a haircut there.
Oh, God. Never mind. He's standing. He's
the
alive.
man who will never admit he's wrong.
I was wrong, all right?
All right, don't be so hostile about it.
No,
Just
you
say I
just
stand
don't-
corrected.
Own things. You don't
Yeah.
ever own things about anything. So it gets
All right.
a little crazy.
All
It
right.
just gets
I,
weird.
I misspoke. I stand corrected. I didn't realize that he looked like that. The pictures I saw
I
looked
just
better.
wouldn't. It's a sad situation.
It's very sad.
To see that, and when you look at that, you realize that no one can count on. I mean, this is a guy who is a vital, fit movie star, and in the blink of an eye, he's having trouble remembering dialogue. And I would be lying if I didn't say, when I leave the whole top off an enclosure, that I don't wonder about certain things and what's going on with that. That guy, who's the person that got the genetic testing? Oh, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to talk to my doctor about that and make sure I know what's going on, because
No, we don't need you knowing.
If
No.
I know,
Oh, forget about it.
Don't worry, he
That'll
won't
be the Dr. Dementia show.
Oscar, he won't remember to ask.
So-
no, Mike, you have a young child. As someone that spent 3 days in your house, there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
If there's a lot going on, even
That's why we had a free night on Saturday. It was pretty
yeah,
special.
but even Rob and I would forget things because there's like, it's not like you're at home. I'm gonna take care of the snake. There's a little live person asking you for things at all times.
Yep, dependent.
on a regular basis.
Dependent on you.
But I think the modern child, and look, Carla makes references to moving to a neighborhood where there are a lot of kids, and I get that, hopping on your bike and riding to your friend's house, but at the same time,
Yeah, overrated.
I like the control of it. I
Yeah.
like the control
Yeah.
of, and by the way, they're kids in my neighborhood, so I mean they're just not as many as other neighborhoods. Most of the people are.
Didn't see a lot of kids when we were there.
I had no trouble finding people to
You're
play
on the
with.
wrong side.
Yeah,
the
you saw
big-
a lot of
the-
kids.
Yeah, when I was
you
out
found
there,
kids.
yeah.
You're looking
Yeah,
for them?
Rob,
At the playground.
Rob walked
Weird.
the neighborhood. So
Yeah.
He likes to go hang out at playgrounds and eat Werther's Originals.
Yeah.
You went to the big houses on the other side of the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
and I
There are
handed
lots
out
of kids over
handed
there.
out root beer barrels and I said, I live in that house over there.
Mom, that white van's in the neighborhood again.
I said, hey, little boy, have you ever seen a radio studio?
You want a root beer barrel? I will say that it keeps you young, but when we have a free night, that's special too. And I look forward to our little getaway in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yes.
And we got something pretty much narrowing things down,
Yeah.
our plans that we have for this, and it's going to be a big fun time in New Orleans. That's Saturday night, April 15th. And if you live in like northern Canada, if you started driving now, that'd probably be a good time
Yeah.
to leave. We can squeeze you in. I think
I
it'll be
think-
fun.
What we're going to experience is going to be an all-time high of 3 years of not seeing your friends.
Yes.
3 years
Yes.
of not doing a live show.
Mhm.
3 years of, just being grateful to be out and do something again. If you recall, the reason why we even have an April live show is because we had to push back because of the pandemic and
Yes.
COVID so many times.
Yeah, and then when we do the next one 6 years from now, we'll do it probably in
Yeah.
the fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
moving
summer
right
or
along.
winter. It depends.
Yeah.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall. But you mentioned my kid, and I understand that. And when you talk about that, it's activity. I believe in keeping him busy. So the sport of choice for the spring, which we haven't done before, we did baseball last year, is flag football again.
Oh, okay.
And a new league for flag football. I have two choices. I have to do this. Three choices if you're counting upping my medication. I can up the meds. I can dive in and volunteer and be an assistant coach, or I can just eat the S sandwich and relax and just let it happen. But I am now on my third incarnation. I think we've had 5 to 6 little league visits for different sports, and I am now on my third bad news Bears scenario. And it may be the Mac Daddy of all of them. I'm talking about and look, at this age, these are little leagues. These are opportunities for kids to get together, play a sport, have a little fun, learn a little about the sport if you can, and move on. But because of the nature of me being a high school athlete myself and very, very competitive to this day in the sport that I love, it's hard because I watch this and I'm like, oh my God. So we get there, and this year it's not going to be on Friday evenings. It's going to be Sunday midday. And Sunday midday, right here in Southwest Florida, was the surface of the effing sun.
I mean, really, what is the logic behind the fact that they're going to have them playing a sport during the hottest portion of the day?
Indoor
well,
venue,
because they have the field availability, and we were actually cool with it because we were like, okay, that'll be fine. And by the way, it's hot. It's Florida. The kids are used to it. They get out and they play.
Yeah,
in this.
but still.
But this I know you'd like it to be 40 degrees year round, but it's
All I'm saying is that if they moved it back a few hours into the evening, it would be a lot easier.
Call the league office.
In Florida, they're used to it.
It's what they have. But this particular day, for this particular time of year, we were setting records. We were on the record high end of things, and we were out there, and it was hot, hot, hot. Now,
Heat.
first thing, we get there. They seem to have it very well organized.
Good.
And they seem to have all the kids' uniforms ready to go. They've got deflated footballs, a whole bag of them. Everybody's going to have footballs. They're going to have more footballs than they possibly could need. Really well stocked and everything. And then I don't know what the deal is with uniforms or whether you had to pay in advance or some kids didn't. Some kids have uniforms, some kids don't. But I don't know about that. And then they say you're over in this area, and you have a regular football field that is divided into 5 or 6 football.
Yeah, can I give some
sideline to sideline field?
Can I give some background in
Yes.
Florida? It's the first time I've ever seen. It's either flag football or it's soccer, whatever. You pick the sport. In the East Coast, if you're from the DMV, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia, respectively, respectively, it's 1, 2, 3. You're excited when you see like 4 fields.
Yeah.
In Florida, they have these mega sports complexes that have, Mike, I'm not kidding, maybe 20 fields.
Yeah, they do down in Collier County. They've got that, and they've got one where they have Little League. We have a little issue with hurricane damage and getting these fields up and running.
Stuff, yeah.
This particular conclave was at the one of the local high schools.
Okay.
And it was kind of cool because it's a new high school, and we went to their new football field. It was pretty torn up, but it was a nice field. And that's where all the kids are gathering, all the different teams.
Got it.
And my kid, I got news for you, Jimmy Cerrito. You're going to love it. He is this season playing for the Buffalo Bills.
Hey!
Nice.
Got his Buffalo Bills swag
Good for him.
ready to go. But we get over there, and there are maybe 4 parents and maybe 4 kids. And everybody's milling around. Meanwhile, I'm looking at several of the teams, in full-fledged practice mode.
Oh,
And
no.
our parents don't even know where to sit. And no one knows what to do because the coach has forgotten about what's going on and didn't realize there was a game. How that happens when you're running the team is beyond me. The coach arrives.
Is it Walter Matthau?
The coach does not appear to have children in the league.
Oh, that's
the coach
weird.
does not appear to be really much above childbearing age. He is a child again. We have another ultra young coach, which tells me maybe college credit. I don't know, but
Work
he's
release.
there.
Oh, that's
And
so
then I
frustrating.
look, and there's a kid to my right who is a large child, maybe 11 or 12, and he's looks like what Robb looked like as a small child, only with long hair.
So handsome.
And he's looking at me, and I said, "Hey, you're on the Bills, right? I see you're on the Bills. Yeah, but I don't know how to play football." And my mom just dropped me off, and he starts to cry.
Oh, no.
Did you give O'Doyle a hug?
I immediately took a football and started throwing the football. I said, "Look, you knew how to catch it." I said, "Throw it back to me," and he throws kind of a wobbly ball.
Yeah.
I said,
Oh.
You just showed me you know how to play football. It's
That's
that easy,
so
and you're going to
sweet.
have fun. He said, "But I don't have any friends on the table." You're going to make lots of friends,
Yeah.
including this kid. And I point at Michael.
Yeah.
And I said, "You're going to make friends." And there I am with this, and at the same time,
You
as
don't
I'm
have time
being-
for this?
I'm. What are you
Like-
saying to me? Are you saying to me? I don't
Yeah,
have
you
time for
don't
this?
have time for this. Like, you
No,
can-
I'm
you
saying-
know,
And you've
at the
already
same
done
t-
more good than that coach is going to do all year.
No, but I'm saying as I am being kind to the coach wasn't there yet.
no, he's got the Trail of Tears in front of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. But I mean, what you did before the coach got there is more valuable to that kid than anything
Well,
the coach can do for the whole
Was he a
season.
Latin boy? Was he
No,
smooth
no,
Latin
but there
boy?
were multiple. There were multiple Messi jerseys on our team. So there was a.
I used to get-
I believe football. The football. Perhaps there was confusion because I think
Football,
maybe it was
soccer?
a different type of football. To be honest with you,
FUT
I don't
ball.
know.
Yeah.
But
The
one of the
Orlando
kids,
football.
absolutely, his name is Chris.
Dragons.
He lightning fast, but the coach gets there late. Then the assistant to the league comes over because we don't have an assistant coach. And I'm sitting there and I look over at my wife and I'm like, bad news bears again. And we got beaten. Nobody scored a touchdown. They scored 4 against us.
Oh.
And it was just one of these, days where
Waste of
we're out
time.
there.
You have
Yeah,
that kid, but you got enough to do.
Yeah, it sucked.
What about the kid that?
I'm not doing it. I told Carla I can't. I'm 63. I'm going to all the games.
Yeah.
That's my level of participation.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm-
You can't participate. You drive yourself crazy.
Well, that's what Carla said.
Yeah.
You'd be mean to the kids.
No, I never said that. I said
Carly
you drive
did.
yourself crazy.
You didn't have to say it. You did.
he would.
I just. But I'm type A.
Yeah.
As you want to jump in and do it. So I'll keep you posted. But
Don't do it.
unfortunately, not to make it about us, but when we see this, we realize this is going to be every Sunday.
It's a
Can't
commitment,
you just
yeah.
pull him?
Huh?
Pull him.
Carla doesn't want to do that. She thinks that I let him quit things too easily.
No, you're
which I
quitting
maybe
it for
do.
him. You're like, hey man, you're cutting your losses, sunk cost. Sorry about the league
Yeah.
fee. Good luck. Get that kid a guardian.
Maybe I'll bring him by
and let's
tomorrow.
move on with life.
Maybe he's off this week. Maybe I'll bring him by tomorrow. and he can
No
talk
need
about
to
his
stick with a
experience.
losing venture.
That's right.
Oh, and then you know what the other kids had? They had plays on their wrists.
Yeah, because they're prepared.
What do we have? This is how you line up. And by the way, the focus
Same
in that
age?
age group.
Same age?
Huh?
All the
Anywhere
same
from
age?
Michael's on the young end.
Okay, well
He's
then they're
taller
still,
than some of
they're
the kids,
still
but-
learning then.
Yeah, maybe that's it. But there it is.
I want to
And,
root for little Robb with the long hair. I want him to excel this year. And I think,
he's a large boy.
yeah. And you know what? He's got the cards stacked against him.
Doesn't
which is why he
exactly
should-
move like a gazelle.
No, but he could be a good blocker.
But he's trying to get exercise.
There is no
Mike.
blocking in flag football, Rob.
Yeah.
Well, I did what I could.
You could stand in front of somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yes.
Okay, this is gonna be tough. Just be nice, Oscar. Be nice. Listen, you could do a lot of good by digging into this team and at least being there to know that there is some level of support. Being there for that kid when he started openly weeping,
Yes.
and then throwing him the ball. Most people wouldn't do that. Most people would be like, I can't, maybe this isn't for you. You could push him away, but you're not. And he's there
I
for
know
exercise.
Oscar would not have done that.
He's there for exercise.
I was with him, and I think he was okay after that. But then about 3/4 into the game, this is literally what this kid did. This kid walked across. I see him walking across the field to the other coach. And I'm like, why is he walking over to the other coach? And he goes, Coach. And the coach goes, yeah, can I help you, son? I want to thank you and congratulate you for winning the game. And Carlo leans over and says, what the F was that? I said, I don't know.
Leave.
But this is the bad news bears.
Leave.
So.
That's his emotional
You're
IQ.
playing flag football. You're having quite a ball. And along comes Danny Downer. It's just always here to tell you about a new disease. You're losing the game. You've skinned your knees. You want to leave. So, Danny, please. You can't stop Danny Downer. But it's a whole season. So I'll keep you posted because we're sticking it out.
Good.
We are
Good, man.
sticking it out.
I think that's good.
Yes, sirree. We will take a break. I need that little thing you're playing there to be a little louder in my headphones, if you don't mind. We'll take a break, and when we come back, a little news for you with the homepage right here. You are listening to the Danny Downer Michael Merritt Show.
Congratulations.
Remember, DGH, everybody.
He's a desperado that takes care of business.
I'm the wrangler, is what I am.
Riding and roping and always getting it done.
Did you see me wrangle before the show today?
You did.
Great job.
Sometimes trouble just follows a man.
Folks don't know much about him except for his name.
The Bolivian wrangler.
The Bolivian wrangler.
Put that on my tombstone.
He may not know basic American history,
When was the Bay of Pigs? The Roaring 50s. The Depression was in the 20s.
You're insane.
but when he wants to wrangle up some goods for the office or his hacienda,
Aye, that's Spanish for house.
he shops at Target and Walmart through the shopping center at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And with a few clicks, he can pick it up at the store or have it shipped to his door.
You'll thank me for this.
Shop like the Bolivian Wrangler because he knows that getting the big deals is mighty satisfying.
I'm feeling great.
Who was that masked man?
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Here's a question. Why do razors cost so much? They don't need to. Harry's razors are incredibly sharp, and they are made in their own factory in Germany. And most importantly, they cost as little as $2 per blade. You can get quality razors that you can depend on, delivered straight to your door. You can get them from Harry's. We all use Harry's. We all love it. We all love them. The best products, the best prices, and just wonderful packaging. Right now, the Truman Trial Shave Set is a $15 value for just $3 at harrys.com/TMOS. It includes a 5-blade German-engineered razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover. Plus, you can schedule replacement blade delivery whenever you need them with refills as low as $2 each. Harry's has dozens of affordable items to go along with your subscription, like shaving creams, post-shave balm, body washes, hydrating lotions, and much, much more. Harry's still offering a no-risk trial. Don't like your shave? No worries on them. Don't get overcharged for razors, my friend. Get Harry's, a $15 Truman Shave Trial Set for just $3 at harrys.com/TMOS. That's harrys.com/TMOS for a $3 trial set. Do it, 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 do it.
Corners of the World Wide Web.
How about we
and
do it the right way? Thank you.
from the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device. It's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the home wave and homepage, ladies and gentlemen. Brittany Ferlin is sharing some not safe for work revelations about her sex life. Do you know who Brittany Ferlin is? Either one of you
I
fellas
looked that
know?
up.
No.
She happens to be a comedian that's on social media, and she's also married to Tommy Lee.
Oh, so she's a lucky young lady.
Ah, okay.
She is a social media personality. She's 36 years old, and she shared a clip of her recent stand-up comedy routine to Instagram, or as she now calls it, sit-down comedy. You know why she calls it that? Due to her husband's apparently gifted appendage.
Oh,
There we
Gross.
go.
well then.
Here's her quote. I used to do stand-up comedy many years ago. Not a lot of people know that about me, she began during her Thursday set. Then I stopped doing stand-up comedy and I married Tommy Lee. You guys know about Tommy Lee. Now I should be doing sit-down comedy for the rest of my life. Gross.
It's not even... I don't think it's medically sound.
It's just gross. It's gross because it's her.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, that should be an independent observer making a joke about that, not the lady that's the recipient. You know what I mean?
The recipient.
this is such an old, this is old news. And the fact that she's even leveraging that or using it just is lazy. Lazy.
But
it's her gimmick, Mike. That's her gimmick.
Isn't it Tommy's gimmick?
Well, I suppose.
He's 60 now, Tommy Lee. 60 years old.
Bless his heart.
Isn't that wonderful? Tiger King, you remember that show? Remember
Yes.
Carol Baskin?
Great lady, great show.
Didn't they find her hubby alive a short time ago, right?
I believe
he was
so,
down
yeah.
in,
That
South
was
America.
her own narrative.
That
Nothing's been proven.
Oh, you mean so he's not really alive?
We don't think he is, and she's just saying he is.
Well, she is closing down her big cat rescue. Kitty cat. Kitty cat, kitty cat. She's closing down the sanctuary, and she is transporting all the wildlife to Arkansas. The closure was announced in a memo written by Carol's husband, Howard Baskin, and posted on the sanctuary's website last week. The couple have also vowed to donate funds to the new sanctuary named Turpentine Creek. Don't let the animals drink the water. It's Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge, in which the wildlife are now headed. Big Cat, here's the quote. Big Cat Rescue has entered into an agreement with Turpentine Creek, an accredited sanctuary in Arkansas, to move most of Big Cat Rescue's cats, where we will continue to fund their care for the rest of their lives. All right? She says, once the cats are moved, we will sell the sanctuary property and use the proceeds to fund these species-saving projects in the wild. I will also commence to finding a clever way to murder my current husband. No, she didn't write that. She didn't say that.
I think Joe Exotic is still waiting for his pardon, isn't he?
Mike, I think so. I had heard some great news this morning on CNBC, Mike, Florida real estate. You'd be interested to hear this.
Yes.
The inventory continues to deplete because everybody wants to move there for the taxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you're in good standing. You're in a good spot, especially around your area.
I get every day certain areas that are kind of dipping down. It's a weird economy. Nobody can really get their head around
Naples,
it and figure out what's
Jupiter,
going on.
Miami.
Naples,
Yeah, and
no problem.
If you hate taxes and love carrying a handgun, I know the state you want to move to.
Oh, you should be aware, and I posted this on my page, that Governor DeSantis quietly signed into legislation the permitless concealed carry. So now, just for those of you that are going shopping, going to Walmart, going to the hardware store, going out to dinner, going anywhere you want, be aware that anyone with training or without can carry a weapon, a licensed firearm underneath their clothing at any time. What could possibly go wrong? So be aware of that. It's kind of scary to me. Farting cows could be given methane suppressants in the UK to stop them breaking wind and fueling global warming. Dairy cattle are set to be given compound feeds. Compound feeds! Containing additives to cut digestive gas. Farm animals are blamed for about, I didn't know this, 14% of global carbon emissions created by human activity. The British government's net zero growth plan said officials anticipate entry of high-efficacy methane-suppressing products to the UK market by 2025. That's when they think it's going to be happening. Well, they're going to feed the cattle anti-fart medications.
Mike, they first tried this on the set of the movie Disorderlies.
Yes,
and
they
it
did.
worked. It worked.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Rated PG.
Disorderlies.
Farting cows could be given methane suppressants to stop them breaking wind and fueling the warming. Slashing harmful gases released into the atmosphere are key to the government meeting its legally binding pledge for net zero emissions by 2050. So they give them 25 years. The government's net zero growth plan said officials anticipate entry of high-efficacy methane suppressing products should be happening and be successful.
And there is a plan B. Elon Musk is working on an electric cow.
Yes, that'll power a car. You can eat. Everyone knows that if you go to the casino and select a slot machine, you can't walk away from it until you're completely drained.
True.
And I mean drained of your money, but this means something else. I watched this video. I've never seen anything like it. What happens when you get up to grab something to eat or use the bathroom? Well, someone absolutely slides into your seat and takes your slot machine and then wins the big money, so you can't leave.
Right.
The pros know this. That's why they diaper up before hitting the casino for hours on end. Amateurs figure this valuable lesson out the hard way. No matter what, you never leave your seat. And some people actually pee right there at the slot machine. How do we know this? Because someone got a viral video of a woman wearing high platform shoes, looks to be perhaps in her late 20s, early 30s, and she is doing number one right there, wet seat, wet pedestal that the chair is on, and a puddle on the carpet below her, and she's talking on the phone and playing a slot machine. None the wiser. Not she's the wiser, she just doesn't care. One of the grossest things I've ever seen in my life.
Welcome to Charlestown, West Virginia.
Apparently, according to casino workers, it happens all the time. Diapering up is a real thing. The hardcore folks will not think twice about sitting down for several hours. In some cases, casino workers on 12-hour shifts have seen a person stay at that machine for the whole 12 hours. And isolated casino workers have seen people go number one right there at the casino. Isn't that weird?
Well, I can't. Wearing a diaper is a lot more respectful than just going.
Well, the one time I forgot.
Dress.
I'm sorry, but I forgot it. And man, oh man, did we have a puddle? You know?
You didn't look in the gift shop?
This is gonna be my lucky spin.
Weren't you playing?
Socks.
You were playing your favorite machine, weren't you? Yellow River.
Yellow River. Fantastico. Hey, what seemed inevitable became reality Monday night at NRG Stadium as UConn completed its dominant march to the top college basketball title with a 76-59 win over San Diego State. I'm not the only one that said it was going to be easy for them. It really was. They made a bit of a run. They rallied in the second half, but it wasn't enough. And the heavily favored Huskies are now the NCAA national champions, and it's not unusual for UConn. They've had a wonderful program, as well as the women's program, for years and years.
Watch the game.
Either one of you, did you stay up and watch the whole thing?
I watched it. It was at one point, San Diego State came back. Came back is rough, but 10 points off when they were 20-point
underdogs.
Yeah,
they had a bit of a run, right?
I was like, okay, and then I don't know. I want to root for Connecticut. I can't. I just can't do it.
Because they're too good.
Probably.
I mean, that's it. They're the dominant.
Yeah.
They're the guy. They look like a pro team next to the college. And now a little something. A man is posting on the Reddit forum AITA. Do you know what that is?
I do, as a matter of fact.
Do you?
You know, am I the a-hole?
Am I the a-hole? Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a Star
he's
Wars
posting that he is uncomfortable with sharing a bed with his wife, who apparently refuses to shower after coming home from work. Although he expresses pride in his wife's profession as a gynecologist,
Jesus.
Oh.
He finds himself too grossed out at the thought of bodily fluids being in the bed with her and opts to sleep on the sofa instead. Here's his quote. I've asked her to take a shower before coming to bed, but she thinks it's unnecessary and feels like I'm being unreasonable. She argues that she wears gloves and takes precautions to avoid any contamination, and that her scrubs are changed regularly. Since my wife doesn't want to shower before bed, he says, I have been sleeping on the couch in the living room. Apparently, the man's wife doesn't understand why he's so uncomfortable about the situation. The man wrote, my wife thinks I'm overreacting and being ridiculous by sleeping on the couch, but I don't want to compromise my comfort and my health.
Wow.
The couple still finds time to dine together most nights and enjoy their favorite meal broiled salmon. I'm sorry. That's
Gross.
all. I know. I couldn't help it. That was a cheap laugh. I'm so sorry. What's that smell coming from the
I
kitchen?
welcome that. That's a stable dual income.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's the way I look at it.
I thought I washed
Absolutely.
these dishes.
This
I don't
is
know.
wonderful. Hey, we're going to take a break and come right back, everybody.
Hello und guten Tag. This is Arnold, and I wanted to talk to you about Ostertag, or as you call it here in das USA, Easter. As you know, it's all about the big rabbit with the eggs of color, the beans of jelly, and sweets for the Kinder. But did you know that Das Bunny first came to America with the German immigrants in the 1700s? His name was Ashterhoss, and he knew how to lay eggs in the things and stuff with the children. They'd make the nests and hope that the Ashterhoss would lay the eggs there, because all children love eggs. Of course, nowadays, Easter involves the baskets and the grass and mouse pick peeps and chocolate bunny and the gummies. You can buy them all at the shopping center at michaelmaryshow.com. That's where I buy my Easter bonnet and the fancy hose. I want to look my best for Osterhaus. Long live the rabbit. Dankeschön and auf Wiedersehen.
Thank you, Arnold. Not good form to laugh at yourself.
So
I'm
weird.
sorry.
That's a weird
That's such a
promo.
wild promo.
Welcome back to the show. This podcast is sponsored by Groove Life.
Yes.
We love all our fine sponsors on the Mike O'Mara Show, but every now and then we get one that really excites us, and we're all excited about the wallets and belts from Groove Life. It's 2023. Are you still using the same wallet from 2003 or 2003? Why do I always get that messed up? Now is the time to update your wallet game. The Groove Wallet is a sleek, low-profile wallet engineered for everyday use. One simple thumb motion perfectly fans out up to 6 cards for easy access to find everything you need. Where was I yesterday? Somebody asked me for my driver's license. Oh, that's right. I was pulled over. And it's just so neat to be able to flick it out. You look so cool. With its durable, high-quality aluminum outer shell, this wallet, unlike any wallet I've seen, and with Groove Life's 94-year no BS warranty, the Groove Wallet is the last wallet you will ever need. Personally, we all love ours, and you're going to love yours too. It's time to bring your wallet into the 21st century. Head to groovelife.com/TMOS and use promo code TMOS for 20% off all Groove Life products. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use my code for TMOS, 20% off. You have to use my code TMOS for 20% off your order. One last time, that's promo code TMOS for 20% off your order. Just click the button on our website, and I love their belts too. I don't play golf with any other belts now. I got 3 of them. I got the brown one. I got the 2 black ones. I got the Old Glory with the American flag. I got the NY for my New York Giants. I love Groove Life, and you will too. Let's talk about Dan O'Brien.
Yes.
Oh, please.
Oh my God.
Dan O'Brien recently, over the weekend, I checked this out on Facebook. He posts this just darling, adorable photo of him with his boxing gloves at the gym with the perfectly coiffed hair and the perfectly manicured beard. And there he is.
I think he wasn't shooting for cute or adorable. I think he was looking for tough.
Well, I don't care. He looks good.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, he does. He does.
And it
Dan
looks
O'Brien's-
like he's been hitting the gym, which is great.
Coming down to New Orleans. Excited about that. If you
Good.
don't mind, somebody in the room, some initiative, go get Dan O'Brien, please. Please go grab him.
Yes.
Somebody.
He's probably
We
at the
start
desk.
talking about somebody. It'd be nice to get them. Okay. Yesterday.
You asked for too much, my friend.
Oh, they're just staring at me. I think for a while now I've made jokes about Dan O'Brien, that he's a dependent. I've brought him on. We've known him for years. He's grown up. Dan O'Brien has made the turn from intern to, skeptical employee, skeptical hire, to legit, like he's a true logistics manager here at Dan O'Brien. And a doer.
Yes.
Let me add this. Yesterday, we get a last minute booking for a famous NBA players podcast. A top 3, Mike, from the family, from the Giannis family. If you're a Timber.
Yes.
Yes. So then they're in town, right? The Timberwolves are playing the Wizards, and there's a famous podcaster and a famous family. You know who they are. And they're like, we need a studio, last minute done. They want to come in at 8 p.m. So for me, that's and for you, Mike, for anybody that's business, it's off hours. You take the business.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Absolutely. And in your case, it's the middle of your workday.
Well, most people would. I think if you're in a small business and you run it yourself, you don't say we're closed. You make it
but
happen.
I mean, it's also like you're the. I mean, if I'm something that I want to do in the evening,
yes.
and it's last minute,
yeah.
I'm calling Oscar Santana because I know he's going to make it happen.
Yes, so
that's what I'm.
So we make it happen, and Dan comes to me and says, "It's just I'm not asking anybody to stay."
Mm-hmm.
And Dan's like, "Hey, like I know that you and Shannon can take care of this, but I'd love to stay and help if it's possible." Like that's all you want someone to offer.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The complete polar opposite of Mr. Matt Bloom, who when I told him
it was pasta night.
When I told him it was 4:00 and I said, "Hey, we just got this booking come in. I just need your help to do X, Y, and Z." He looked like I just said, like I told Glenda to kick rocks, or I just insulted his mom. Mm-hmm. And then then I got a tall man, the tallest man on our team, to sit down to block for the shot for
they actually
the NBA
Mike,
players.
They put me on a riser on the chair to simulate 6'7".
Yes,
I love it.
Yeah, it was very cool.
I love it.
So Robb's there and he's watching Pony like circle around like a vulture trying to leave. And he says, "Pony, what is tonight that's so important that like everybody's
Pony,
working?"
were
here?
you really doing that visually where people could tell that you wanted to go?
I mean, I wasn't circling around, but I mean, I was definitely trying to go. I mean, I have stuff going on.
Stop
my
doing that,
Pony.
No.
As someone who has
He said, no.
Okay.
As someone who has worked with you in this situation many times, and Shannon has as well, at one point, Shannon and I looked at each other, and I said, "Shannon, he's about to start sweeping." Because that's what he would do when we got close to ending up on fruitcakes. That was his sort of nonverbal cue that I'm winding
to say,
up here.
I'm done.
Yes.
Let's wrap it up.
It all worked out. In fairness, did you make your spaghetti dinner?
I did. It was wonderful.
Okay, great.
And the kimchi was?
It was fabulous.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
So
pungent.
So we're done, and you know, I'm sitting there with Dan O'Brien. I'd ordered some PF Chang's to go. They have a PF Chang's to go right around the corner, not the restaurant, but a little to go hut.
Yeah, like a
solid
pop-up
outfit.
Chang's.
Yes. And we're eating there, and I was like, Dan, let me tell you, thank you for saying that you'll stay. Dan stayed till like 10:45 last night. He didn't have to do that because it just took that long to get the broadcast together and move.
That's a good thing. That's not.
Yep.
I didn't know you were going to give us a positive on
great
Mr. And you know
attitude.
who's been his biggest supporter since he came to work here?
It's me.
No, I love the guy.
Oh, I
I
thought it
love
was me.
Dan O'Brien. No, Robb,
Yes.
right? Aren't I nice to Dan O'Brien all
Absolutely,
the
you're
time?
a fan. You're a big fan.
And his mom, Debbie Carano O'Brien,
Yes.
the three-name person.
And
she's wonderful, too. She's coming to New Orleans,
Yes,
too,
she
right?
is. She is. And then
Did they get him? Did they find Dan?
yeah, stand here.
He is doing something else. We could not find him anywhere.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on, that's a lie
It's
answer.
not a big.
That's a conjuring answer. He's not
it's
around,
not a,
right?
It's not a. He's here. He's got to be here.
He is, but we couldn't find him. Marco's going to look again, but we could not find Dan. He's probably working in the closet, would be my guess.
Did we
Well,
look in
then
the
if
closet?
you know where he is, dude, go and knock on the door.
I'm running the cameras. I'm trying to run the video here.
Oh, see, what am I missing here? Am I missing something? Like
The answer was
we can't find him.
he's doing something else. We couldn't find him. How do you know he's doing something else if you couldn't find him? That's the type of. That's just. I'm not going to go off on. It's not my.
No, why are you going to flip out?
But I
You're
mean,
gonna
because
flip
I
out.
do it every day. But
Yeah.
that's what it always. It's
Let
always
me
a
call him
non-answer
on his
answer.
cell, and then that'll be it.
I should almost write them down. He's doing something else we could.
I'll
not
take care
find
of it. I don't blame Marco. Marco's.
I
young
found
buck
out
and-
something that Dan O'Brien's college nickname, Mike, was Dobb. D-O-B.
Dobb?
For Dan O'Brien.
The notorious D.O.B.
Yeah.
Very, very
Host of the
clever.
Dobbcast.
Dobb, do you mind?
By the
coming
way,
into
I would
this
like
video?
to thank my wife Carla. Speaking of
she's-
surprises and doing things that were not necessary
He's
for
coming in.
acquiring the letters. Don't get happy. That
Love
is
it, the DGH.
my signature,
It pops.
and I want to say
Matt.
thank you to her. Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Thank you
Oscar.
to Carla. I cut you off. My apologies.
Yes, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
This
you
is
got to go
your
into
thing.
that studio. That studio. Put the headset on.
Yeah,
You're fine.
we don't
That's
want
how
you in the
quickly it
same
is.
room.
That's how quickly you can get somebody. Just call them, find them. They're available. Hi, Dan O'Brien. You got.
That's me.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, I like that picture that your new boxing picture. Very cool.
Thanks, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to seeing you down. We got to grab a Sammy somewhere in New Orleans when we're down there.
Me, and Debbie are going to have an absolute blast.
I want to hang out with you guys. Absolutely, with the O'Brien family. Love those people. The Irish. We need to stick together. Oscar came in today and during the
Stop
very,
it.
very pale. We're not going to go tanning, I'll tell you that.
Let's go find a shady spot.
Oscar rolled in and said he had a Dan O'Brien story, and he's been sitting here talking about how you hung out for that podcast and made it happen and stayed late, and he was singing your praises and wanted to thank you on the air.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, last night was a great recording. We had, I don't know how much detail I can go into.
You can go into it. It's fine.
So last night we had a recording with two NBA players. One is Thanasis Antetokounmpo. He is one of the brothers of Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks, and the other was Washington Wizards player Deni Avdija. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. He is a Jewish player out of Israel. Yeah. It was a kind of last-minute addition for us, but Oscar, Shannon, and I, we stayed late, and we were able to make that happen. And as far as I could tell, the recording went great, and everybody was happy.
This is how you know I'll never get starstruck, is I said Timberwolves and not the Bucks. I'm an idiot. Listen, I just knew we had to make it happen.
Because I'm not a basketball.
Well,
fine.
even worse of all is Oscar told me who was coming in. He said, you should text your son that this guy is coming in. He'll get a thrill out of it. And I said, oh, what is he, soccer?
He did say, he's like,
wow.
Because you said he was Greek and Nigerian. Is he soccer? I said, no.
Pretty good with the pronunciation, at least the effort for the pronunciations there. Correct. And a lot of vowels in the NBA nowadays. Really.
Do we have 2 minutes? I've been trying to figure this out. Dan O'Brien, outside of you, playing the hero yesterday, coming in, working late, do appreciate it. No qualms, no complaints, nothing. Do you have an overall, just quick review of the Springsteen concert that all I saw over your Facebook page outside of boxing pictures and showing people that you're in shape?
Amazing social media presence on that tour, too. Lots of it.
What were your thoughts?
To call it a concert is an understatement. Now, I'm born and raised in Jersey, so I'm a little bit biased towards Bruce Springsteen.
Is he from New Jersey?
I didn't know that.
Little known fact, yeah.
Wow.
Born and raised in Jersey.
You must be a fan.
I thought he was a SoCal guy.
Yeah, Dan the Fan Man. So I went to Bruce Springsteen this past Monday, and it is without a doubt the greatest music event I've ever been a part of.
Wow.
It was 2.5 hours nonstop of Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band playing hit after hit after hit. Now, for anybody listening right now, it doesn't matter if you don't know a single Bruce Springsteen song or you know every lyric. If you have the chance, you need to go. Now, the tickets are expensive, I'm not going to lie. It cost several $100s just for me to sit in the nosebleeds up in the Capital One Arena. But it was the greatest music experience I've ever been involved in. And if I ever get the chance to see Bruce Springsteen again, I absolutely will.
I saw clips of there's been so much Bruce on YouTube from this current tour and then from the old one. There's I think this is from a previous tour where he's on stage and somebody throws up like a little, almost like a placemat that's got "You Never Can Tell," and he's learning it up on stage with his band. And then obviously they bring the lyrics up on the prompter for him to sing it, and they launch into it, and it is just to hear Bruce Springsteen and the band work it out. And little Stevie is communicating to him when he gets the guitar out and tries to get the right chord that it's out of his range. And he says, "No, I like it high. I can do that, Stevie." And it's like, and you see Stevie like mouthing, you know what he's saying? He's like, "Oh, he's a guy." And then he said, "Yeah, maybe that's a little ambitious for me." And he grabs, and they hand him another guitar, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and they start. And it's
the
a
magic
lot of fun.
of an ultimately talented organization that they can do
man,
it.
they're just and guys have been playing together forever, so it's fantastic. I love that. That's it. Dan, thank you for your good work.
Yes,
thank you for setting an example for the people here at Podville Media, and we will see you in New Orleans.
Can I say one thing real quick?
You certainly can. Yes,
I want to give a shout out to Noon. Noom because Noom has helped my mom lose weight, and as of right now, she has lost over 70 pounds.
Hey!
Look at this guy.
So I just want to give a shout out to Noom. It's changed my mom's life. Thank you so much. Mike,
right,
Oscar, Rob, thank you so much.
There you go. Look at that.
Thank you,
Gets a
Dad.
sponsor mention
Yeah.
in.
Didn't even ask me to do that.
I knew it.
Called your shot.
Absolutely. We got a break. When we come back, we will talk to Rob, who wants to bitch about the Apple Corporation.
I do. Normally I'm a fan.
I'm not, so I'll join in. I'd love to hear you complain about them because I've got my issues as well. You, ladies and gentlemen, have the pleasure of listening to the Dan O'Brien Radio Network. We'll be right back.
The latest bonus show is one to celebrate and has lots of surprises and revelations.
Telling you that someone's going to be late will make you later.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
And the cheese.
Yes, Dude Walker in the studio.
On camera and in person. Can I let you know when my birthday is? Should I tell you now?
No, don't. I didn't know that he was coming, and suddenly he was.
I can just sit in my house and talk into a piece of metal, and they send me a check.
I cut a hole in the closet.
When you're in New Orleans, don't piss off Mike.
The TMOS bonus show is that fifth hour of fun that you can only get with a subscription. Get yours today and get laughing at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Thank you for listening to the bonus show. We really appreciate it. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara. That was an interesting ending to that one there. There is no better way to get outside and enjoy the spring season than with electric e-bike. Experience the freedom of the great outdoors with fun, fast, foldable electric e-bikes during their Ready, Set, Spring sale. From quick store trips to outdoor adventures, electric e-bikes are a mode of transportation that anyone can ride. And with features... Excuse me. Sorry about that. And with feature-filled models financed as low as $73 per month, it won't cost you a fortune. They include a powerful removable battery, a bright LCD display, 7-speed gearing, and 5 levels of pedal assist to power your ride. Plus, you can lower your gas costs and reduce your carbon footprint. Be a good guy like Oscar.
Yes.
He's all over town.
Yes.
All over town.
Perfect weather.
And he loves it. Plus,
Love
no
it.
parking fees. Start your next adventure with electric e-bikes. Ready, Set, Spring sale. Visit electricebikes.com to learn more and explore the new Expedition Cargo e-bike and all of the other epic models Electric has to offer. That's LECTRIC ebikes.com. Rob came in today with a complaint.
Yes.
And he's a very positive human being, so he rarely he bitches about certain things, but you're mad at Apple for some reason.
Yes, I am mad because, as you know, I carry a lot of music with me at all times. It's one of the jobs here I have at the office, have it in my iPads, but for some reason, my phone had stopped syncing with my computer every day. And so I went to look for an album the other day to listen to, and I didn't have it in there. I said, well, that's peculiar. And so I went home, I synced it again, it didn't show up. So I started Googling, and it said, if you're having trouble syncing up your library, best to restore your phone. And I said, well, that's no big deal, because I have it backed up to my computer, everything.
What song was so, like, you know,
it was the album.
It was such a gap in your,
well,
in
it
your
was the
DNA that you're like, man,
Beatles.
I
I got
gotta
it.
deal with this.
It's right here. I'll play it for you.
Okay, thank
Here
you.
we go. This is
yes.
the song that he wanted to have on there.
I know all the words. Way down on the levee in old Alabama, there's Daddy and Mammy and Ephraim and Sammy. It's waiting for the Robert E. Lee.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I ask is I just heard that internal government, like your line of thought.
Yeah.
Where if I can't find something on my phone, who cares? Move on to the next thing.
No,
but it's stuck in your crawl.
it was a key song.
What's the key song?
It's not this one. On a moonlight night, you can find them all. While they're saying the banjos are syncopating. What's that they're saying? What's that they're playing? No!
Hi. We're not going to deal with that anymore.
Was it my singing?
Sorry. Hi. I can't hear you.
No, you know how it works.
Okay. It was the song "What Goes On" by the Beatles. The entire
Can you
album.
hear me?
I can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can
Can
hear
you
you.
hear us?
I can't hear you.
Oh.
You plug in.
Ruh-roh.
Wonder what happened.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
There we go.
That was
Hi.
on its last limb, anyways.
Yeah.
You're good.
It was.
It was one of Mike's famous warped
We're good.
iPads. Sort of bowl shaped.
It's the last time. That was the last song. So the last song I played was Al Jolson.
I wonder why I can't find that song. Oh, it was on that old iPad.
It was on the old
I
iPad.
don't think I mean, it looked. I made a good show of it, but
Oh, I'm sure it
Yeah.
works now.
Yeah, it's curtains.
yeah.
You might want to take that, Mike. Take it to the Genius Bar.
This is when we get the email from the.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Look. Can you see
Yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you made a pretty good show of it.
Hey,
Oh,
can
good,
when
good.
when this is the social, the social Matt? Do you mind sending that a separate copy to me so I can send to Andrew, our
Oh
accountant?
my!
When he
No,
asks,
absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
what's up with these iPad purchases?
What are these tax write-offs?
Am I going to get like poisoned or radiation?
Don't do that.
You're gonna.
That's gonna all shatter, and then you're gonna hurt
Yeah,
yourself.
rats on the west side.
Yes,
Bed
just
bugs
put that to
uptown.
the side, please.
So I know you were. This was your segment to be complaining.
Well, now my
sorry.
hatred of Apple seems sort of pale.
Boy, that new desk. though,
Did you
man.
take your desktop and smash it up like that?
I
when
did
you
not.
couldn't
But,
find that one?
what you were looking, what the answer to your question is, it was a Beatles
My
song
new desk.
from the album Rubber Soul, and it's a key album for me, Rubber Soul, and I was very shocked that I
I
didn't
don't
have
know
with
it, but
me.
I'm sure it's great.
So what's your bitch?
My
What's
bitch
your
is that
beef?
I went in and I restored my iPad, and then I was going to reload everything onto it. And not my iPad, forgive me.
Your
Let me
phone.
my phone. Reload everything back to my phone.
Not easy to do. It takes forever.
It does take forever, and I plugged it in, and everything was going great until it said, just put in your restoration encryption password, and you're good to go.
Oh, that has burned me in the past.
And
and you don't have it, right?
I don't remember ever setting one, and if I did, the place I would have kept it is in my phone.
Oh.
So I started Googling,
no.
and the first 10 hits on Google when you describe the problem are, if you have misplaced or forgotten your encryption
too late.
password,
It's over.
there's nothing you can
Yeah.
do.
If you're having trouble picking up the
Exactly. And then so it said, try 0000. Okay? No. Try 1234. No. Try password. No. So what began was a 2-hour shuffle, and every time that it doesn't take it, you have to unplug and reset.
Yeah, because it's just going to time you out.
So I
Lock
went
you
through
out.
every password I've used probably in the past 10 years.
For this one song?
No, because then my phone was blank. It had nothing on it.
You don't have the iCloud?
No, I don't like the cloud. Don't
Oh,
trust it.
you know what? It's your fault.
Oh
It's
God!
your fault.
Are you kidding? You don't. What do you mean you don't trust it?
It's up in the air.
What are
It's not
people
literally up
going
in the air.
to
Wow.
steal from
Are
you?
you that? You're not that dumb, are you?
I think
Really?
he is.
I actually, Mike, to be honest, I have some cloud stuff backed up, but I don't have my entire phone backed up to the
Why
cloud.
wouldn't you do that? That's the easiest thing to do.
This is not the point of the story, Oscar.
I'm trying to help you. It's just like, why didn't you have car insurance? Like everybody has car insurance.
Well, I have car insurance.
I know. It's just, but that's how I feel about
Actually,
a cloud
after I
backup.
look back the last month, I'm much happier I had car insurance than having the
A
cloud.
cloud backup
Yes.
is like car insurance for your phone.
Yeah, it's just kind of there, and you don't have to worry about it.
But I was so ready to just kiss away all of the information in my phone, which would have been tragic. Finally, after 2.5 hours, I said, I wouldn't choose something as simple as this, would I? And I put it in, and it did. And it took 17 hours to back
Just
up,
sad.
but it's working fine. But still, there has to be a way using your Apple ID or something that you can defeat that encryption.
Would it be safe to say that of all the passwords required,
Yes.
that the Apple Corporation probably is the
worst,
difficult for wanting it constantly
Update it, can't be the
constantly.
same,
God,
all that stuff. Yeah, horrible.
And I don't mind the security, Oscar.
We
What I
need the
mind
updates.
is
We need the updates.
I know, but I don't like the fact that you can't successfully store. I'll give you a great example of people that make it, and I've lost it before, and I've had to go and redo it before. Google Chrome is a great example of someone that you put it in there, it keeps it for you on your computer, secure, tight, and you get to have a lot of passwords in there. And it's with Apple, it's just constantly, we don't trust you. 2-step verification. How about that? I think as far as computer security and all security online, they have to continue to make progress with face recognition, finger recognition, so we don't have to go through this ridiculous constant. And by the way, if people weren't getting hacked, I'd say, okay, I get it. You have to do this to keep us safe, but it doesn't really. And sometimes the compromising happens when you are re-authenticating.
Yep.
So
anyway, I'm stupid that I let it get to that level, but keep in mind, folks, if you are going to go and restore your phone from your computer, sounds awfully simple until they ask you for the password and everything's gone from your phone. So
it's a new machine. Your computer's a new machine. It's roughly a year old.
Yeah.
And
I'll send you another one.
It just
no, Mike, I need a phone, not an iPad.
I think you should reconsider the cloud. I know that's not going to fix your computer situation, but do you ever feel like, hey, this album's not worth it, or your phone's restoring? I guess.
Yeah.
Are you proud of yourself?
I can fix it. You have no idea how good I feel right now. I feel liberated.
You're broken.
From this.
You're so broken.
I feel liberated. I do. How long have I been dicking with that?
My dad has
play
a
a song and
set
it just
of
I
tools.
can't stop it.
May I give some background to a few of those iPads, and I don't know if it was that one. So we were there in Florida, and there's an iPad. Or first of all, there's a couple different pieces of machinery. One was a sound effects machine that we brought back with us because we felt like we could restore it.
Yes.
We had one of our techs open it up, and they said that there's all this gooey stuff inside of it.
Yeah.
Like a soda or some sort of drink was
One
spilled
fader
into it.
did not move.
And then the other.
What are you talking about? What is that?
One of the Roland processors just had a bunch of liquid inside of it. So they were like, I was like, just trash it. You're fine.
It's news to me.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't there. We just brought it home.
No, but I also haven't used it in 10 years, so I don't know what you're talking
yes.
about.
Okay.
No, I mean, I had it. If it's not in here, it meant I gave it a whirl.
Yeah.
And so
agreed.
I think the compromise never has happened when I've been in my studio.
Yes.
That was either put somewhere where it got into a problem.
Okay.
You know what it might be? I hate to tell you this.
Yeah.
Do you guys put your hands all over that?
All over it. I rubbed it on my face too.
We brought it
the
home.
The dogs might have gotten to it.
No, that's good to know.
Oh, well, then how about that?
The other,
Hi, everybody.
The other within Mike. By the way, we've ordered you a new iPad for your
what about that thing
system?
What about that thing you sent me?
Wait,
the thing with the multicolors. The sound thing.
Yeah, so it's coming here first.
Okay.
So we can test it out.
Mm-hmm. And load it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna load it with the sound of a breaking iPad.
One of Mike's iPads had
Rob, get over it.
One
buddy.
of Mike's iPads
get over it.
had a
You've never helped me in my life with these.
One of Mike's iPads had a crack in it, so I was like, "This is probably why it's not working."
Why would it be said? It's something that doesn't work ever. Never has worked.
And
you
then,
don't know the software, so it's gone.
And then the other had a little line of goo inside of the cradle, and I was like, "This isn't goo." And I remember I was like, "Can you look at this? Like, this might be something else." I thought it was like battery acid.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
a leak. Yeah,
definitely goo, not Bob goo, just goo. So then I look at Mike. I'm like, "Mike, do you want new iPads?" And you're like, "No, we're not dealing with that today." So are you ready for the soundboard, or do you want another iPad? Is what I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't want another iPad.
Okay.
No, I hate iPads.
Got it.
As I think I've just demonstrated.
Correct.
Yes,
But I'm glad you guys got all the nasty, dirty stuff, and we're able to really clean this studio up.
We did.
Anyway, yeah, okay. Someday I'll show pictures of what I.
You should show the world, please.
I do. It's just a mess.
Well,
but I have letters. I have new letters.
You have new letters.
Beautiful letters.
Wonderful.
I love them.
Yeah. All right, we have to take a break. Sorry.
Are you embarrassed by raging out?
No,
you shouldn't be.
He's happy.
No, I'm very calm.
He said so.
I was glad. It was a good Dan O'Brien segment. This was meant to be. I just didn't. I didn't want to have.
It's on its last leg. That's like.
By the way, this is the one. See the one I'm holding in my hand. Do you remember when you told me to get rid of it? Yeah, everything's fine.
Romeo and Juliet.
It's fine.
Antony and Cleopatra. Bogey and Bacall. Add to that list another one of the world's greatest love stories, Mike and Carla O'Mara. Their love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Their love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. And nowhere is that love story more on display than the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Yes, fall in love with love again and again with a Mike O'Mara bonus show subscription. Lovingly tap the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and order the TMOS bonus show today. You'll love it, just like Carla loves Mike.
Hi, everybody. I got two of them right here. All right. There we go. Goodbye. They're gone. Because I don't think either one works very well. But I'll tell you what does
have a copy
work.
of all those files?
I do.
I don't need it. It's everything can be replaced. On with the new. There we go. That's the way I look at it. Do you need an afternoon reset? Do yourself a favor and snag 5 minutes for a Dadgrass toke break. They've also got Mom Grass Joints as the perfect pick-me-up to spark your creative flow, or the original Dadgrass Joints to quiet your mind after your 9 to 5. Dadgrass is legal, organic, smokable hemp that relaxes your body and mellows your mind. Their 100% organic pre-rolled joints are very low in THC and high in CBD, so you can enjoy the effects of CBD while keeping a clear head. And if you want the toke without the smoke, Dadgrass also has a CBD tincture made with the same high-quality hemp. It's easy to dose, and the effects come on smooth. Or try the Dadgrass gummies, the best on the market. All the mellow goodness, no smoke required. Dadgrass will leave you in a euphoric mood. All Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S. Right now, Dadgrass is offering a TMOS listener 20% discount on your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/TMOS. Go to dadgrass.com/TMOS for 20% off your first order. Remember, man, that's dadgrass.com/TMOS.
Hello. Upside down.
Roll over.
Roll it. Let me roll it. Flip, flop, and fly.
The flip side.
Mike, do you like raw emotion captured on live television?
We just had it.
Well, true, but I was going to say, last night there was another example of it.
Oh, what was that?
Jim Nantz announced that, well, we all knew this was his 32nd and final four.
Yeah, I know. He made a big deal about it.
And
right.
he said goodbye to all his friends.
Oh, okay.
And I thought you'd like to hear it.
Guys, another loss.
We're at a loss.
We're at a loss for sure.
The GOAT.
Just remember, one thing I learned through all of this is everybody has...
And before we move on, I think he should just send a lovely muffin basket to the CBS sound department for the mix down of his emotional goodbye.
Can you imagine? Like they just could not
blare.
Yeah, blare the music over
da,
his...
da, da, da,
yeah,
da, 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 which is a terrible theme anyway.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. Yeah, but it's what makes it. Well, isn't that amazing? I think I'm not sure. You get cross-pollination with the sports departments, but I really do think you get a different crew. Now, it's a much quieter enterprise when you're doing the Masters, but the Masters audio is usually mixed so beautifully, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
They don't have that crushing theme
But
that
let's go back to James Nantz.
One thing I learned through all of this is everybody has a dream and everybody has a story to tell. Just try to find that story. Be kind.
You told it better than most, let me tell you.
Can I tell you one other thing? I mean this, not to try to play off hello friends, but to you, everybody in the college game, my CBS family, my family, all the viewers, thank you for being my friend.
He'll continue to do golf and he'll continue to do football, but that's it for college basketball. He called 32 of them, 32 Final Fours.
The thing that's great, we've known him for years and years, and he is one of the best.
Class act.
He's the gold
standard is a good way to put it.
And what a lot of people don't realize about Jim Nantz, because he is an above-board, straight shooter, standard play-by-play guy. But he has a magnificent sense of humor.
He does.
And he's so much fun. And I look forward to maybe getting him on the show again. He's been very generous to come on this podcast and love to have him on. And by the way, for you golf fans out there with Augusta, what I was reading this morning, pretty interesting little weather pattern that we're supposed to be getting in Augusta next week. This week, rather.
What does it look like?
Anywhere a temperature range, and I read this morning, anywhere between 54 high temperatures.
Oh my God.
Between 90 and 54 degrees. So
they've really got it dialed in.
Well, you don't know how much they're going to get. A lot of weather,
Yeah.
a lot of thunderstorms. It's been the middle of the country, as we know from our friends at KCJJ, has been kind of crazy. So we'll have to wait and see. But it's great television. I remember seeing it on a big screen the first time. I love it.
Thursday or Friday, do you think Jim Nantz will give us a preview of his monologue about?
I think I owe it to, certainly since we're going to New Orleans, I think I have to take pen to paper and a nice, any direction you would like to see it go in, Rob, as far as the gist of it. We go.
I think a paranoia about COVID has to be there.
Okay.
And also hatred
I'm wearing
for
my mask.
And hatred for that competing golf league.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. The live narrative.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Greg Norman will not be here.
Stop it. Don't do it
All right.
yet.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry
I
about
close with a two-puncher, courtesy of Mr. Santana. This is an older tape, but it's new to us. It's when they were doing on TNT a show called The Alienist. And
no, they're promoting. Just rewind. Give the scene is, Mike. We're talking about basketball. It's the NBA best team around. We got Shaq. You got Charles Barkley. There's a promo for The Alienist on that.
On
the team.
TNT.
The team is reading.
Okay. And so and Shaq gets the card, and so Shaq is reading it.
It's based on the best-selling murder mystery novel by Caleb Carr, set in Kenny's hometown, New York City, 1896.
There you go. Very nice.
Wait.
Is that Barkley?
Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
Y'all giving him credit for knowing how to read? All right, won't you read it then?
Come on,
Go.
dude.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Go. Your turn. Go, Chuck.
Wait.
Go ahead. Okay, you go first.
Hold.
Go ahead. Just go. Wait, go.
Y'all give this guy credit.
No, we're not. Go ahead, Chuck. Go. Okay.
And we'll see who's better.
Okay.
We'll see who's better.
Go. TNT The Alienist premieres.
TNT
The Alienist premieres this Monday at 9.
This is not a word. This is a word.
Not this.
This ain't a word.
Go ahead, Chuck.
This is not a word.
Hey, man. Y'all quit screwing around. Go ahead. People thinking I can't read.
There you go.
Hey,
you gonna have people thinking you can't read.
TNT The Alienist.
Okay, it's time for more Shaq than a fool. Just stop it, man. Stop.
Good job, Shaq.
And as a capper on that,
best. I'm going to watch that video as soon as the show's over.
As a capper for that, they rolled back to one of Barkley's best moments ever on the teleprompter, and this was great because you could see
years ago.
They did a split screen where you could see him reading and the prompter rolling in front of him. We close with this.
We also have another example of Chuckster's fine reading ability.
Where?
Watch it.
Hey, this is Charles Barkley. I hope you're enjoying the NBA playoffs on TNT. And I hope you have enjoyed my T-Mobile Fave 5 list. I'm a dumbass.
They Ron Burgundied him.
They totally Ron Burgundied him. And Mike, that's all I got for you today.
Oh, where the hell am I? That was fantastic. Hey, thanks for joining us. We'll be back with a brand new episode tomorrow. Tickets still available for No Limits.
Yes.
Come down and see us. We would love to have you last minute Nellies come down and join us at the House of Blues on April 15th, Saturday night. It's going to be so much fun. We're working on stuff right now, and it's going to be a special night, and I cannot wait to get to the Big Easy to see all of you. For Robb Spiewak and Oscar Santana and, unfortunately, our late iPads. Please, a moment for them.
It was time.
We'll see you. It was. Boy, was it time. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
So long.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello.
You can't dance fast enough for me. Do you understand?
How did you know all that?
Because I made a podcast.